Morning, Keith and Maria. How you doing this morning?
Pretty good, Tim. Good morning.
Doing really good. Good morning.
Good. Glad to hear it. You didn't get washed away in that rainstorm last night?
Not too bad. We're surviving. We're afloat.
Yes.
Cool. Cool. I know a lot of people probably can't say that. There's a lot of flood areas around here, so but glad you did. So just good morning. Thank you and Devine Homes by Maria for joining us as a new vendor with the West DFW REI Group. Michelle and I are very excited about having you come on board. And, with your background and experience, it's going to be a tremendous help to our members. You're a new vendor in the group, but as you know, we've talked about the importance of having trusted vendors and vendors that I can trust my grandmother with. And I talk about that and I joke around about it, but I'm not really joking. It's important that we have vendors that I can send my grandmother to, or family or friend, to, and not worry about getting woke up at night because grandma's calling me saying, why'd you send me this person? They didn't do what they said they would do, or they charged too much, or whatever it is, or poor quality work, or whatever. So very important that we take care of grandma, right?
Absolutely.
And what that really means is having high quality vendors to support the membership in the group. So thank you for that, and we look forward to working with you in that regard. So can you tell the audience a little bit about your background, who you are, what you do, and what kind of experiences you have, so that they understand why or when they would want to come to you for help?
I'll let you start.
You want to let me start?
Yeah.
I was going to have you start, but okay.
Ladies first.
Well, first of all, I just want to thank Tim and DFW REI Group for the opportunity to just opening the doors to us and to join, as vendors. So thank you for that. We're very excited. As
Very
far
welcome.
as us, we are real estate is a passion, is a passion for me, and not just real estate itself, of the opportunities that it brings, but also the doors that it opens, and just being able to work with clients and different vendors in different ways. There's so many avenues, especially when you're starting, you're starting and investing. And a lot of times you're lost, or you're not sure what to do, or how to run comps. How do I get a correct, how much do I pay? Is it a good price? So for me is service that, and the customer service and communication. And we don't know everything, but I will tell you, if I don't know, I'm going to go find it. And I'm a researcher. I like paperwork. I like to research, and I like to negotiate. So that's my strong skills that I bring.
Good.
Yeah, and I'll add a little extra to her background. Over 19 years in the medical industry that she spent, and Maria ended up being the paralegal, the billing specialist for a group of 30-something doctors, and negotiating contracts. And that's how she kind of got that negotiating skill set going on. My beautiful bride here is a bilingual, speaking Spanish very well. So she brings a lot to the table that way. And when she says she researches, yeah, she researches many nights up till midnight trying to figure things out, and I'm not getting sleep. That's why I have the dark circles and she doesn't. My background basically has always been service oriented. Tim, I know you're a former Marine. I worked in law enforcement for multiple years, and so learning how to deal with people in all different types of situations has been my background. I worked with nonprofits before we moved to Texas in the medical industry, fundraising, negotiating contracts for different clinics, things like that. So that's kind of the background. Has always been service and working with people, whether it's
Medical.
intensity situations through medical or law enforcement. But I think that's one of our greatest gifts. We have a servant's heart, and we want to see people successful.
And I got to tell you that piece of you, that service mindset is going to be a big help to investors in the group, members in the group, as well as your customers, your day-to-day real estate customers, whether it's on the retail side or on the investor side. Service is what we need to be doing. It's the number one priority. We have to have our customer be top priority. And naturally, we're in this business to make money too, but we have to still do the right thing and take care of the customer.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And sometimes that is telling them what they need to go do and
Yes.
recommending what they should go do instead of selling to you. You hope that you still ultimately get the deal or maybe get another deal later or something, but I've just had a lot of deals where I didn't do it. I couldn't do the deal because there was a better path for them to go down.
Exactly.
And I made that recommendation. So for you, my advice would be, to the members, really emphasize that service and taking care of them, doing the right thing for them and guiding them to the right thing, because so many of them are going to be new and may not know what the right thing is.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So do you have any, so your vendors to the group, and we're going to have members that are going to be looking to you for service. What would you say would be your unique selling proposition or your special offer that you're going to present? What can you do for the members, I guess?
Well, I think one of the biggest hindrances with working with real estate agents is a lot of real estate agents don't have the mind of an investor, and we aren't afraid of investors. The brokerage that we work with, they actually are very investor friendly. We ourselves have started our own investment company, and we're in the wholesaling phase, as they say right now. We're not flipping and fixing yet, but that's probably one of the biggest hurdles. We don't get scared when you call us and say, "Hey, I need a comp," or it's like, okay, Maria just had that situation. She'll talk a little bit more about that. But number one is understanding your customer, and we understand as an investor, you don't look at it the same way as another traditional real estate agent might look at it. So that's probably one of the biggest propositions right there. The other thing is our commitment to follow up. A lot of deals will fail after the contract is signed. Are you working with the appraiser, making sure they're ready and on top of it? Have you talked to the title company? You as an investor don't want to have to worry about all that. That's our job. Are we following up with the loan officer with the other side who's buying your home and seeing everything's going smoothly through? If we're bringing you a buyer and you already have an agent, have we done our due diligence and brought you a qualified buyer that's not wasting your time?
Yeah.
So those are things that we look at from beginning to end. And I'm also a loan officer. So you also get that insight when if we're presenting a buyer to you for your property, they've been vetted, they're ready to go. It's not just a piece of paper saying go buy a house. We've done our due diligence and know the quality of the customer we're bringing, and vice versa. When someone brings you an offer and we're your real estate agent representing you, we're vetting that person and knowing that they can make it to the closing table, because that's the key point. If you can't get to the closing table, the contract doesn't mean anything.
I agree with that.
Just knowing also your market. When I say I like to research, I like to stay current what's going on in Aledo or Fort Worth or Granbury, different whatever, DFW. So also that market changes. It's real estate. Changes happen.
It does.
So just staying current with trends, market, it's big.
Yeah.
Yep. And for the newbies in the group, that's going to be important too, because they're not gonna know, they're not gonna have that visibility with the market, in the entire area. So most time the newbies are coming in and looking at one subdivision, some of them may spread their wings and go further, but a lot of them are starting out in a small farm area, which is recommended, but it takes time to learn that market.
Yeah, and also understanding, on the investors, are you gonna fix and flip? Are you holding? Then are you holding? Then there's a whole analysis on the leasing side, right? Areas, how much can you get in rent?
Yeah.
And
Okay. So this next question, I think we've kind of covered, but maybe you can summarize, and that's, how do the members of the group benefit from working with you?
Well, I think the biggest thing is honestly direct contact, quick response. I've worked with agents as a loan officer, and you can't get a hold of them. They don't return the calls, and that's not every agent. There's a lot of good agents out there,
Yeah, no, right.
but it's like there's a lot of good investors out there, and then there's so in every group you have good and bad, but that's one thing you're going to get from us immediately. You're not going to be 3 days later, I'm just returning your call. Maria's just returning your call. So that's, I think, that line of communication stays open and it's frequent. And then I think the other big thing is just relationship. We want long-term relationships. We're not a one and done. Oh, we made some money, and we really work on building that rapport with our clients.
And also, I think, as we say, time is of the essence. A lot of times you need something immediately or fast or right away, because you might lose it if your numbers are not adding up, or your comps are not where you want to be, or you're not sure. There's areas sometimes that are difficult to comp.
Yep.
Very strict, based on the location or based on what it is.
Yep.
So time is of the essence.
And I mean, people, a lot, especially new investors, don't realize there's a lot to trying to analyze a market and pull comps. And the further you get out in the country, harder it becomes.
Harder, yeah.
But there's even pockets inside Dallas-Fort Worth that you would think that there would be a lot of recent solds, but they're just, people either love it and don't move, or something's going on. They're just nothing there, so or maybe it's all FISBO or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
On that one, Tim, my favorite is where you have the 1 acre lots, and there is a mobile home, a brand new build on the next one, and 1974 house on the next one, and you're like,
in a restaurant.
yeah, where am I at?
Yeah.
I looked at one, not to get off track, but I looked at a house, Granbury, a week ago, that was in pre-foreclosure and worth about 220 to 240 ARV, with a $800,000 house right next door.
Yeah,
Huge house.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's impossible to get a good comp on stuff like that.
Yeah.
So anyhow, okay. So just taking a little bit of a different angle here and talk about vendors. For anybody, any companies, any individuals that are considering becoming a vendor in the group, tell us what went through your mind that made you decide to become a vendor of the West DFW REI group.
I'll start with this one if you're okay. And this is gonna sound horrible the way I say it, but honestly, it was you, Tim. I went to everything, being a new investor, that you offered that was free. And let's be honest, I didn't have the budget to start a business like I wanted to initially. And I've been to a few different groups, and the quality of information that was given, and seeing the same people coming over and over, and then more people being added to it, was a good feeling. There wasn't pressure or anything like that. I think one of
I
the
didn't
biggest,
twist your arm or anything?
no, you didn't, I know you can, don't hurt me next time. But one of the biggest things, we did our first deal last year, and
You helped.
you helped, and I called. I wasn't a member. I said, Tim, I don't know about this. I don't know about that. And you answered every question. You took time with me, and I wasn't even a member. So
Yeah.
I'm not telling everybody in the world to call Tim every day, all day. But I was fortunate to get some things hammered out.
It
I did.
doesn't work that way with everybody.
Hey, but I was coming to the meetings, and you knew my face and you knew who I was.
Yep.
I think that really helps a lot.
So,
So the
yeah.
support was what I saw, even from the other investors in the group that I met. Everybody was supportive. It wasn't as doggy dog per se as I thought it was going to be. It's
Yeah.
really a network of people that really try to support each other, and that's what drew me in.
Yeah.
For me, I say two words. It's one, as a vendor, yes, offer your services. So offer your services. But the second one is also you gain knowledge, and you gain knowledge also from other investors who are partners or
Yep.
members of the group, and you and yourself as our, as our leader, as go to. And so for me, that's what anybody that would want to join is a great group to join, and the knowledge that you're getting get from it. At the same time, you're giving back, right?
Yeah.
You're offering
Yeah.
your services, so you're also helping.
Yep. So thank you for that. We work really hard to, bring the best education and content in there and make it like a family, the network, and, make people feel comfortable. We have people all types of people coming from all over the place, and I've just had a lot of comments about it being a family environment and welcoming. For vendors that are also investors or realtors, that they get the double benefit, of having all the investor benefit as well as being a vendor. And, as the vendor, you get to promote your services. As a vendor, I promote your services if you're not there. And, we want to help grow together, right? We want to
Yeah.
we want to help you grow your business and help the group as well, and have the group grow their business with the vendors that we have. So and you're going to see that even though you're new in the group, you haven't met all the vendors yet, but you're going to see that we got some really great people, and they've been with us for a long time, which tells you something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The fact that they've been there for such a long time will tell you a lot about the group and what they get out of it. So, and you're going to see that over time. So thank you for joining us. And I think you're going to find it very beneficial to your business.
Absolutely.
So, since you are a vendor now, what would you what would you think, or what would you say to other people that are considering becoming a vendor? I mean, I guess that's we kind of just said that, but just in a different way. For anybody that has a business that's real estate oriented, what a great place to be,
Yeah.
right? Because you have a captive audience.
Exactly. So
Why don't you share? We just did our first vendors meeting, last Saturday?
Last week. Yep.
Yeah, and we met some new people, and I'll let Maria share.
So obviously, one of the benefits of becoming members is offering your services and getting clients, right? Or if there's a need. So I had actually somebody yesterday from the group reach out to me, an investor, and she wanted me to run some comps. And I did run the comps. I sent them over to her, and she sends me an email thanking me that I saved her some time.
And money.
What a great reward that alone, and now she wants to work with me. So
Yep.
again,
Yeah.
what a great start.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna start somewhere, right? It
Mhm.
might as well start with a good experience like that and that'll lead to
Opportunities.
others, I'm sure.
Opportunities are there, and why not? So a lot of times is expanding our thinking too, so join this group and opportunities, see what we can offer, and what's the need.
And on that, we also met a potentially new member to the group as an investor last week, and we just went out and visited their completed property. They have a real estate agent already, but we went and looked at it and said, hey, do you mind if we shoot a video? We want to try to draw buyers in for your property. We know you have an agent, but so we're going out this weekend, literally, and we're going to promote that property on our Facebook page. And so it's about networking. And if you don't have a heart to network with people, you won't go far in this business. And you have to have a heart to just be helpful. The call Maria got, there was no guarantee that she's going to be the real estate agent. She's like, hey, I need some help. And that's what it's really, really about.
So, and excuse me, I appreciate you doing that for her and trying to help her. What you might do is remind her about the benefit of the one benefit of becoming a member and getting that website, because then since it's her property, she can post that on her website and use your video.
Absolutely.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you can also go post it on the West DFW Facebook group or page too. And
We'll remind her of it.
huh?
Do that.
We'll remind her of that definitely to join the group just for that benefit alone.
Yeah, I mean, that's such a powerful tool. I mean, the cost of the membership, she can't even buy a website,
Yeah.
and here she's getting one free that's already built for her.
Yeah.
So that's the cool part about what we're offering. We have such a nice package of benefits for almost nothing.
Mhm.
You spend maybe 2 to 3 cups of Starbucks a month, you can be a member of the group. So, it's that reasonable. So, okay. So what's the best way for any viewers of this video to reach you?
Honestly, email, phone call,
Text.
text. The great thing about having both of us, you're going to get somebody for sure. So,
Okay. All right.
and we're not opposed to meeting up for coffee or just, conversations. We return calls late in the evening if you're up for that, because we all are busy, but we know time is of the essence, like Maria said. So we will get back to you same day, usually same hour. So just call us. I mean, just
Call
talk
or
to us.
text.
Yeah, call or text.
Okay. So for the viewers of this video, to your right, you're going to see the contact information for Maria and Keith, and then so there'll be a phone number and an email there. And then down below this video, if you're watching it on YouTube, you'll see their contact information in the description down below. So you'll have all that information to reach out to you. And as you just heard them say, they reply pretty quick. Does it matter if it's phone or email? Do you have a preference which is best?
Phone and texting
Yeah.
are usually the best for us because
Texting.
we're like everybody else. We're on the road.
Yep.
If we're with another client, we see your text come in. We can respond back quick. Hey, we're with a client. We'll call you
back.
by
Yeah.
this time.
So
that
phone
type of
and
thing.
text.
Phone and text are probably
Yeah.
number one.
Okay. Cool. So that pretty well wraps it up, guys. Is there anything else that you want to add that we might have missed?
No, just really a thank you for the
Thank you.
opportunity.
Yeah.
And if anybody's really out there, not just considering being a vendor, but considering
Joining the
becoming
group.
joining a group,
Becoming an investor.
If you want to be successful, I really recommend joining the group. Tim does a great job. He didn't know I was going to say this, so
Yeah,
but he drew me in because I am a people person. I have to feel like I'm part of the family, and that's what they do. And he's straightforward. He tells you how it is. He shares his knowledge, and that seems to be the trend in the group. So if you're thinking about it, stop thinking. Just go ahead and do it. Join the group.
Yeah, just come on down. We'll love on you. And if you're thinking of becoming an investor, just come to a meeting. And see.
That's right. Come check it out. The first visit's free
Check us
anyhow.
out. Yep.
And, you know, we do several events a month. The Lunch and Learn is always free. I think that's where we met the first time, was at the Lunch and Learn. And what a great place to network and build relationships and get to know other people, you know. And then, like we always do, we take 10, 15 minutes for a short Q&A session. Sometimes that turns into an hour, so it goes a little longer than I anticipated. But we have some really good discussions with answering questions about, you know, things that people have on their mind about getting deals done. So
and you get to meet people to start forming your teams. As a new investor, you hear that a lot, you know, build your team.
Your
So not just
your real estate agent, your roofer, your you know, foundation guy.
We have those.
And
So.
Tim, I love the fact that you move the meetings around different parts of the city. So
sometimes I wonder why I do that. Sometimes it gets kind of hard. It's a lot of work trying to locate a place and then set it up. And but yeah, we try and do that to get different faces in the room. Not everybody can come to Weatherford. Not everybody can go to Arlington or Crowley or things like that. So we kind of move them around, and it really does help. It brings in a lot of different people into the meeting. So, okay, guys. Well, if you don't have anything else, I think that's a wrap. I think you did good, and that was pretty easy, I think. And
I think so.
you smiled the whole way, and I didn't see anybody jabbing each other, you know.
after the video.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. And again, welcome to the group as a vendor, and we look forward to working with you.
Thanks, Tim. We appreciate you.
Thank you.